Hello friends, this is an annual horoscope for Capricorn. Actually, this video will be interesting for all of those who have Sun in Capricorn, Moon in Capricorn, and Ascendant in Capricorn sign. You will find it especially interesting if you have Capricorn Ascendant. As in those videos, we speak about transits concerning Ascendant first of all. If you are interested in a general overview of the next year, have a look at my video that is already on my YouTube channel. The name is Year 2019, Just Another Step. There you will see that I speak about the year 2019 as a sort of preparation for the year 2020. And it is really so from the global perspective. If we look at those 2 years from the position of the events that are going to happen globally, that will influence us as a collective, it is really so, because we will see during the year 2019 big events happening, and in the 2020 those events will reach the culmination, and that will be the turning point, But in the life of individuals does not have to be that way. You as an individual, you can feel that in the year 2019 you did things, you completed those things, and then you are doing completely other things in the 2020. Well, I'm not actually sure if you can do that if you are Capricorn sign, but that's also possible. For example, if you have planets on the beginning of Scorpio or at the end of Scorpio, then it can be in that way even. It is about that if any sign will feel those transits as connected transits in the 2019 and 2020, that are going to be people with planets in the cardinal signs. And cardinal signs as Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. When things are happening in the cardinal signs, then the world is moving. And that's what is going to happen globally in the 2019. But in this video, I'm not going to talk generally about the next year. I would like to mention here, as I'm mentioning this in all other videos for the year 2019, that the world we live in polarizes more and more, and by saying that, I do not think of political polarization, that is obvious as well. I actually think of something else, and I think that the political polarization is the result of that. So what that is? Well, I mainly think of the polarization between mind on one side and consciousness on the other side. And by saying that, I say that each individual has to choose in today's time between manipulation that is connected with the mind and the truth with big letter T that is connected with consciousness. So as you see, there are many people who are manipulated by medias and so on, or they even manipulate other people, and they do not know why they're doing that. They just rely on their intellect, they analyze and analyze and analyze things, but by analyzing you can't reach the truth. And there is another extremely big group of people who know that they can reach the truth, they should work on that, and they are more and more interested in widening their consciousness. They are doing this because of themselves, but they are doing that also under the pressure that they feel that there is a strong pressure in our today time. I can't say pressure on society. It is pressure everywhere in each sphere of being. So this is actually happening on micro and micro plane. So it is something that we all feel as a collective and individually. And in this context, astrology can be very useful, of course. It is useful always. So if you want to study, to learn more about yourself, why not to use astrology? But I'm mentioning in all of those videos for the year 2019 that astrology is actually only a map. It can help you to orientate better. But astrology can't tell you everything, because it is up to you how you will react on certain transits and how you will use inner dispositions that you have. How you will use your inner dispositions, it means, how will you react on transits often depend on that, on which level of consciousness you are. So higher you are, then then better for you, you know, because you feel more, then you co-create. Many people also ask me whether they should listen to their sun sign, ascendant sign, or a moon sign. Listen to all of those videos, but I especially recommend to listen to your ascendant sign. It usually works the best. So, okay, what Capricorn people can expect during the next year, and which area of their life will be how to say, the most active. Well, hard to say, because Capricorn people are experiencing huge transformations, and for many of them that is happening already. So Pluto entered Capricorn sign in the year 2008, and many Capricorn people since that time are going to big changes. Sometimes those changes are so big that we do not call them change, we call them transformation. It means something was before and is completely transformed into new form. Or we can say that was evolution. You know, they started from one point and then evolved and they're becoming something completely different. You know, sometimes the whole one life is not enough to understand one transit of Pluto. That's how deep it is. You know, Pluto penetrates deeply and moves very slowly, you know. So if you want to have if you wish to have big transformation in this lifetime, then you should wish to have Pluto in your sign. You know, but it's not like that all Capricorn people are having troubles and solving the problems all the time. It is actually, the strongest is the effect of Pluto when Pluto crosses, when Pluto makes the conjunction to a certain point, to a certain planet that you have in Capricorn, or if you have Capricorn ascendant, it was the strongest when Pluto crossed the point of the ascendant. So now not only that Pluto is there, but now Saturn is in a Capricorn sign. Saturn is there since the end of 2019, and in 2018, the south lunar node, we call it Ketu in Indian astrology, also arrived into this sign. And Jupiter will be in Capricorn from the December 2019. So it looks that all important planets, almost all important planets, are in the Capricorn sign. The good thing is that Saturn is in Capricorn. That's always good for Capricorn people, you know, because if Pluto was destroying first something and then transforming it into something completely else, then Saturn will now travel through the same points in your horoscope, and whatever the Saturn touches will make stronger now. You only need to be ready for this transit, and then you will gain really a lot with this transit of Saturn. Saturn would be enough, you know, but you will also have Jupiter and lunar nodes, so this is another thing. So let's say a few words about Pluto. If you wish to understand Pluto, then watch the nature. In Western European countries, in maybe Judeo-Christian countries even, we can say like that, Pluto is perhaps not really well understood. All cultures understood Pluto better. Indian cultures perhaps understand better this energy. So what is Pluto? Pluto is death and regeneration. So it is like in the nature. You die, the nature dies, and then the nature is born again. Each spring, nature is born again, but it is in a new form. So yes, it is nice that it's always born again, that is always new, but you should not never think of that how it was previous year, because that was previous year will never repeat. Everything repeats, but everything repeats in a new form. So what Pluto teaches us is that we should not be unhappy about things that pass. This is just life, you know. Things are passing by. We are dying. The nature is dying. You know, this is part of life. And if one does not understand that, then one cannot live. That's very clear. So there is a problem in so-called modern societies where people do not speak about death. And that is normal thing. That is part of life. It is not useful to think of that we will not die. We will die, definitely. And that does not mean the end. That means the beginning of something else. And to understand that, you need to have a spiritual life. You need to be a spiritual person. What means to be a spiritual person means to feel that you are connected with something that is higher than you are. So, for all Capricorn people who already had transits of Pluto, or Pluto was crossing important points in their sign, what is the only way to survive and to live later on normally? It is to be spiritual. It is to become more open for all alternative methods of healing. And the way can be that way that Capricorn people by themselves start studying those alternative methods of healing or learn about spirituality and use that in their life later on. Only by doing that you can survive Pluto transits. And it's not that bad, I can say, because this transit actually brings big knowledge. Now, when South Node is already in the sign of Capricorn and will be there during the year 2019, South Node actually shows to Capricorn people how wise they are. They should not pretend that they are as they are before. They understand that they need to think about life in a new way. They can't keep staying in corporations and thinking of money and material success because Pluto taught them that that's not their issue. Not maybe in this lifetime, not in this part of their life. They learn that, they know that, and Ketu is reminding them that they are much wiser than they were before, and they should use their wisdom, to create life in the future for themselves and for other people, especially for their family members. So Capricorn people will lead their family members into new things during the year 2019 and 2020. So I say to Capricorn people, try to remember what was happening into your life, let's say around the year 2000, 2001. Did you went through some important changes? Did you change, did you maybe get a child, you changed your job, you bought a house? Were there happening things like that? Well, most probably yes, and most probably some similar things will happen now. If you're an older person, you will not give birth to a child now, but maybe it will be that your child is growing up and now you will help your child to have her life, and maybe you will, I don't know how, buy property to your child or do anything like that. So that's one thing, that one 18-year cycle also finishes with this for many Capricorn people. The next thing is that Capricorn people will actually have to make some changes, not only inner changes, they're making inner changes for some time already, but they will have to make some concrete movements and change the reality. In the material sphere, things will change for them. So many will change job, make a step further in their career. Many will give up of the career in foreign companies or corporations, and maybe will start doing their own job. Maybe they will use home property and create something there. If they have a land or something, they can use that. Many Capricorn people will buy more properties or will sell a house to improve their financial situation or something like that. There can be those things. And of course, many things can be in a family life. Many things will happen in a family life. Capricorn people will somehow support other members of their family, and they will get the support from their family. We can even speak about that their ancestors will help them in some way, Maybe their ancestors did some good deeds in the past, and Capricorn people can benefit from that, That's not only about nodes and Saturn, it is also about Jupiter that they have in the 12th house. This is something like the universe is helping because of the good deeds that you did or other members of your family did sometime in the past. So things like that are also happening with Capricorn people. So if they want new career, they can have it. If they want a new home, they can have it. If they want to improve family life, they can do it. Actually, For many Capricorn people, this is going to be a lifetime. And by saying that, I'm not saying that it is going to be only the best. I don't know how it will be. I hope it will be the best for all of you. But just depend on you how you use this energy and if you are ready for this or not. And this will actually influence the most people, those transits that are now preparing in 2019 and will later on be in the 2020. They will influence the most people who have planets, let's say from the 20 to 29th degree of Capricorn. So, I'll say more things about this, but let me first mention that in the year 2019 we are going to have three eclipses seasons. Eclipses will be in January, in July, and in December. Except one eclipse that will happen in Leo, it will be on 21st of January. All other eclipses are on Cancer, Capricorn axis. So this is your axis if you have planets in Capricorn. And 3 of those eclipses are in Capricorn sign. So you see, very turbulent time with many changes. So the first eclipse that will be on the January the 5th will be on the 15th degree of Capricorn. This eclipse will be in the first house for Capricorn, like all of those, and will mainly influence people who have planets between the, let's say, between the 10th and 20th degree of Capricorn. Then it is going to be another eclipse in Capricorn sign on the July 16th, and it will be at the 24th degree of Capricorn, and this will influence people who have planets from the 20 to the 29th degree of Capricorn. This will be the strongest eclipse for Capricorn people. And the third one will be on the 4th degree of Capricorn. It will happen on the 26th of December 2019, and this will influence people who have planets, let's say, from the 1st to the 10th degree of Capricorn. So the strongest eclipse will be in July on 24th degree of Capricorn, and it's interesting, this eclipse will be in conjunction very close to planet Pluto, and this is deep transformation. You see it again there, again Pluto active, you know. But the good thing is that this eclipse will not affect all of you. It will affect mainly people who have planets, as I said, from the 20th to the 29th degree of Capricorn. But those people are people who are going to have more important transits in the year 2020. As conjunctions in the year 2020 will happen on those degrees, the last degrees of Capricorn, you know. So if you have planets after the 20th degree of Capricorn, then first this eclipse in July 2019 will tell you where and what you should do to change things for better. It will tell you clearly that you need to leave behind one part of your life if you wish to build something new. And that you will have opportunity for that in the 2020. What to say? I mean, yes, it is the life transit. It is a life transit. It's a life event. This can be the biggest life events for many Capricorn people, but I'm not saying that this is the life chance and that if you miss this, you will never have it again. Not really like that. You know, this will actually more influence the society as a whole. But of course, if you have personal planets there or any other planets around those degrees, it is a lifetime for you, and you will have few opportunities to do some big things. Just do not forget that you need to give up of something if you wish to make something new and big. So left behind, not only real, concrete, material things. Leave behind old you that was thinking that has to do things in that way. No, you don't have to. You can do things completely different. Okay, we said that Jupiter is in the 12th house. That's good. Jupiter is in the 12th house the whole 2019. It is happening. This is like, I wanted to say, this is like the protection that you have. The sky is protecting you, or as I said, perhaps assessors or your own good deeds. that you did in this life, or if you believe in a reincarnation, then in previous life. So Jupiter is very good there. You should, with this Jupiter, remove all blockages that you have. It's excellent for this Theta healing. I'm doing Theta healing. If you're interested, you can order Theta healing consultations with me. You can do this, of course, with anyone else. You can do other methods, but use any method that can help you to remove all blockages that you have and that may stop you to do what you want in your life. It is excellent time also to meditate, to pray, to be a little bit alone, and um, to build new structure with joy. Just enjoy in this. Enjoy being yourself. It's interesting that there is a square between the Jupiter and Neptune. So Neptune is in the third house, and Neptune in the third house for some time already makes confusion in thought for many Capricorn people. But with that Neptune in the third, some Capricorn people can have interesting intuition, can have these moments where they have a feeling that they see the future. It can be this inner voice is waking up. Square with Neptune can make you can have some doubts about your future and about these new structures that you are creating. Doubts are good to have, no problem. You should have them because you need to make serious decisions. So think of or try to perceive things around you in a different way. Let the energy go through you, and you will see what will remain there after you filter them. It's interesting that to this Neptune that is in the third house, Saturn will make sextile. That's very good for Capricorn people, because then you will see with this, you will notice that you are strong enough in creating new, let's say, in expressing yourself. You are strong enough to express yourself in a new way. You can speak openly to other people what you want to do, and you can more clear than before say, this is what is important for me, and that's why I'm going to do it this way. And then other people say, well, strange. And then you say, no, it is not. This is the result of my experiences, and that's how I'm going to talk, that's how I'm going to communicate, that's how I'm going to react, and so on. Capricorn people have Uranus in the 5th astrological house. That will change the situation with children. Young people can have children with this. Older people will maybe help children to start creating their own lives. With this Uranus, many Capricorn people will have different ideas about that, how to invest money. Maybe they will make surprise to themselves and to others about investments. This Uranus is strange. Actually we should not with Uranus go into strange financial speculations. But it's interesting, Uranus will at the end of 2019 and the beginning of the 2020, Uranus will make a trine to Jupiter that will be in Capricorn sign. And this can be good time for some money speculations. I'm not saying you should invest. Don't rely on my words. I'm saying only it is a good time. That's interesting time. Maybe those years later are not so interesting to start new business or to invest in a new way. As I said, Jupiter will be in Capricorn from the end of 2019 and in the 2020. And then Capricorn people will be stars of the zodiac. So I wish you all to be absolutely fantastic with all those important transits. So I mentioned here different transits. I could not speak about them because video would be too long. So if you're interested to learn more in details about other transits, please have a look at my other videos. There are 2 videos about Jupiter in Sagittarius on my YouTube channel. There is a video about Saturn in Capricorn, very important for you. Then there are 3 videos about Uranus in Taurus. This will influence this investment, children for you, maybe your creativity and so on. Then there is a separate video about Neptune in Pisces. Also, there is a video about lunar nodes on the Cancer Capricorn axis. I recommend this video very much to you. And also there is that already mentioned video about the year 2019, general overview. So you can watch these videos during next year, always when you need to be inspired, and I hope they will help you to orientate better in those energies that are given to you. Many people address me with the question, do I teach astrology? And for now I'm answering no. I will have video lessons in the future. I'm preparing already something in Czech and Serbian language, but not still in English. But you can order personal consultations with me, or also you can order audio recordings. So please go to my website, symbolicthinking.net, to see what I offer there in English. To all astrology lovers, I always say it's not enough to study astrology from the books. So if you're interested in astrology, work on horoscopes, work with people that you are around you, and try to study as much things as you can, like philosophy, psychology, chemistry, mythology, whatever you have, that will all help you to understand also better how astrology works. So that's basically all for now. If you like the video, please like it, share it, and subscribe. I'm looking forward to see you again in my other videos, or maybe we can have consultancy together. I also mentioned that I have Thetahealing consultancy. That's also something that you can maybe order, so we can talk and use Thetahealing. I also have consultancy in Feng Shui. So maybe you decide to use something of those. I would like also to mention here that this astrological consultancy that I offer, they are usually based on astropsychology and spiritual astrology. I do not do that much classical astrology. And at the end, I wish to all Capricorn people to create within themselves a strong and solid base during the year 2019 that they can rely on in the years to come.